You grew up believing that pressure had a location, that stress lived in certain cities, that burnout belonged to certain jobs, that the cost of living was a monster hiding in certain zip codes. And the moment you got on a plane, crossed a border, or found cheaper rent, the story was supposed to change. You were supposed to escape. You were supposed to breathe. You were supposed to feel like your life was starting again. But somewhere between the airport and the first month's rent in your new home, something hits you. The pressure followed you. It changed shape. It changed voice. But it didn't die. And that's when the truth starts to sink in. Geography can move your body, but it can't relocate the system you carry in your mind. To understand this more clearly, I'm going to break this down into three groups. The first group are the escapists. They left because the bills were killing them. Rent, groceries, gas, insurance, debt. They ran to survive. The next group are the opportunists. They left because they believed they could build a better life somewhere else. Lower costs, more freedom, more control. And the last group are the exhausted. They didn't leave for something, they left away from something, from a version of themselves that only existed in that environment. Different motivations, different emotional baggage, same realization. The pressure migrated with them. Now I will apply the perspectives, the views that change how the world comes into focus. One perspective is systemic pressure. The cost of living isn't just numbers on a bill, it's the architecture of a society that monetizes existing. Move states, move countries, move continents. The format of that pressure stays the same, only the currency changes. Another perspective is identity pressure. You didn't just move countries, you moved context. And now, without realizing it, you've become the immigrant, the foreigner, the outsider. A new pressure forms here, and that pressure is you have to prove that you belong here. Even if life is cheaper, identity becomes expensive. Then there's internalized pressure. This is the worst one because this one lives inside your voice. It's the voice that says, you should be further by now. You should have figured it out already. You escaped, so why aren't you winning? This is the pressure you can't cross a border to get away from. You brought it with you. This is where most people break. Because at first, you blame the new country. The salaries are low. There's no opportunity here. No one here understands what I'm trying to build. But then something darker creeps in. Maybe the problem never lived outside you. Maybe the system isn't a place, it's psychology. You left the country, but the country stayed inside your nervous system, stayed inside your mind. Acceleration, comparison, productivity as identity, net worth as self worth. It's not American, it's not European, it's not Dominican or Canadian or Mexican. It's a global operating system, a software update for the human psyche. So here is the uncomfortable question. If the system is not a place, then what exactly are you trying to escape? Because once you realize the pressure isn't geographic, you stop running from countries and you start running from versions of yourself that no longer make sense. What if the real escape is not relocation, but reconstruction? Not a new address, but a new way of thinking. Not changing where your life happens, but changing the rules your life obeys. That is why geography no longer fixes financial pressure, because the new world isn't physical, it's psychological, and the only border left to cross is internal.